Hi, my name is Zselyke. I'm from Zell Marketing, and in this video I want to share with you 5 things that you should definitely know before you start your Google Ads campaigns. So 2020 has definitely been an interesting year for marketing. A lot of businesses went bankrupt, but a lot of them are actually flourishing, especially the ones who have some online platforms. So if you want to utilize some online tools and thinking about starting a Google Ads campaign, then these 5 tips should definitely be able to help you out and give you a better understanding of what is it that Google Ads can provide you, and maybe also break some concepts about what is it that it cannot provide you. So if you want to get into the digital advertising world, there's usually 3 ways that you can go about it. Number 1 would be hiring an agency, which is an excellent way to get a whole team to focus on your project and get really advanced technical skills and access to a lot of different resources. At the same time, this is also probably the most expensive way to go about it. So if you want to save a little bit but still want to get an expert, then you can probably hire a freelancer or an individual marketer just like myself. In this way, you can usually guarantee that you get a very personalized approach for a very cost-effective way, because freelancers don't have all the expenses that an agency usually does, but they usually have the same, if not higher, technical skill than agencies. If both of these options are too expensive for you, then the third option would be to just go for it yourself and head to Google Ads and open your account right now. And within hours, you can also have your ads running by yourself all over the internet. So Google Ads is definitely also pushing towards that direction and is trying to get more and more businesses to advertise on their own. And they have a platform that makes it very easy and seamless to do so. So if this is the option you are choosing, then just make sure to listen to these 5 tips, because I don't want you to enter Google Ads with false expectations or without really understanding what is it that you're getting yourself into. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you might want to know about Google Ads is that it might not immediately bring results. What I mean by this is that don't consider Google Ads as a quick fix for any of your business problems, because it is really rather something that you need to invest time and money and effort into it, and gradually it will get better and better. So don't enter with the expectations that you will create your campaigns today and tomorrow you will be flooded with conversions and inquiries and purchase orders and so on. Usually, I personally tell clients that it will require about a 2 to 3 month adjustment period until we do see actual results that reflect better what they might see in the future. This is due to 2 different reasons. So Google Ads is using a lot of automation and machine learning to improve the campaigns as far as they can, but this only works well if they have a lot of data to work with. This means that on day 1, when you start your campaign, Google Ads is basically shooting in the dark, and obviously it has some other data from other campaigns that might be similar, but it won't have personalized data for you. So this means that it won't be able to optimize your campaigns as well as it will in a few months when you already have acquired more data that it can work with. And this thing actually applies also to marketers. So although we are able to make educated guesses about how much your cost per click should be, or what your negative keywords should be, or who might be your biggest competitors within a niche, there can be a lot of variations about this also based on where is your business and who your consumers are, and so many other variations that will ultimately affect your success on Google Ads. So the first few months should definitely be considered as a learning curve, and it will definitely take some time for both the platforms, artificial intelligence, and the marketer who you're working with, or if you're doing it yourself, then you, to really learn what is it that works and what is it that doesn't, and what type of advertising and which keywords are worth your money. You might also want to consider that depending on your business, most users won't actually convert the very first time they're entering your website. Usually it takes at least a few days and a few visits on the website until a user commits to making a purchase. Also, obviously, depending on what is the product or service that you're offering. So just make sure that if you are getting started with Google Ads, you understand that it will need time and money and effort for it to really work well, and you won't get that from day 1. Obviously, you will already have some results, but it should ideally get better gradually over time as you continuously advertise. The second thing that you should know about Google Ads before getting started is that automated campaigns won't solve all your problems. What I mean by this is that once you sign up to the Google Ads platform, it will usually take you to this easy, or I guess I could say dumbed down version of Google Ads, which is intended for those who don't know their way around the platform and usually don't have the time or the understanding to optimize their campaigns further. So Google Ads is more and more pushing into the direction that anyone can sign up and anyone can start advertising on their platform, and they make this very, very easy, or at least it looks very easy because you just give a few headlines and descriptions about your product or your business, give a few images, and you can basically let Google Ads mix and match these and have your ads appear wherever the artificial intelligence and machine learning thinks they might bring the most conversions. But what you also have to keep in mind is that Google Ads is a for-profit business, which means that essentially their goal is for as many people to advertise on their platform as possible because they get revenue from this. So this means that they want you as an advertiser on their platform and they want you to spend your money. And obviously it is also their interest that their product is good and advertisers are happy with it. But what you also need to know is that machine learning and AI is not yet as successful as real people are. This obviously might change in the future. I guess it's probably just a matter of months or years, who knows. But for now, I really recommend that even if you are using some of these optimized features, you also on the regular take a look at your campaigns and see what is it that you're ranking for and what keywords are triggering your ads. Not only to make sure that your campaigns are performing well, but the results that they are bringing in and the people who see your ads are relevant for your business. There's a lot of little nuances that machines simply don't understand and need a human eye. Also, Google Ads won't know your specific business goals. It won't know about any changes in your business. So just make sure that you don't trust your whole marketing strategy in the hands of a machine. The third thing you should know about Google Ads is that it is changing all the time. And this is not only applicable to Google Ads, but actually the Google search engine itself. I think I read somewhere recently that there's about 9 changes every single day in the algorithm for the Google search. There's also a lot of updates and changes in the Google Ads platform itself. They are rolling out new features and removing old ones as we go. So you should just know that whatever you're doing today might not be relevant anymore the next month. So I see a lot of clients starting with one probably really great ad campaign that they have implemented, but maybe it was a while ago and they just let it run indefinitely. And although it was probably performing well in the beginning, as time goes on and there's these different changes on the Google Ads platform, maybe little by little it's gonna go obsolete, or maybe the platform has changed so much that some of the features got removed and your ad is maybe not that prominent anymore. So there's just simply so many factors that can go into a successful ad, and there's also different guidelines coming from the side of Google Ads or different recommendations that you need to fulfill in order to have your ads perform well. So just know that your ads and your campaigns will need constant maintenance for them to live up to their maximum potential. So don't just expect to set up a few great campaigns and then let them run indefinitely, because unfortunately that's not going to work in the long run. So make sure that if you commit to advertising on Google Ads, at least every month, but better if at least weekly someone is checking on your ads and making sure that they're performing well and they're showing up for keywords that are relevant and for users that find these ads relevant too. So basically, a successful Google Ads campaign is not a one-time thing, but it will need continuous work from your side as well. The fourth thing you should know about Google Ads is that there are some restrictions on whom and what can advertise on their platforms. So I'm sure you have a bunch of ideas about how you want to advertise your product or service, but just be prepared that any of them might be restricted for different reasons. So for example, you cannot use trademarks in your ads. So you probably cannot mention a competitor directly in your ad. There's also a lot of restrictions about the ad content. You cannot deliver, for example, false promises with your ad. There's also restrictions for businesses who are in the medical field or real estate. And there's also restrictions on sensitive content such as anything related to politics or religion. So Google Ads is imposing a lot of different restrictions. Sometimes you might even get flagged for something that is not even appropriate for your ad. In these cases, you can contest it. But usually, if you're flagged for something that you shouldn't do on the platform, then there's not much else to it than changing your ad in one way or another. So just make sure that you have the creativity and the flexibility to change your ad around the Google Ads policies, to make sure that you follow them and to make sure that your ads keep running. And finally, the most important thing I think you should know about Google Ads is that your ads and your ad campaigns will only be as good as your website. Now, what I mean by this is that you might be able to get hundreds or thousands of people to click on your ads, but if they arrive on a website that is poorly optimized or really slow or doesn't have a clear call to action or just simply doesn't look appealing to a user, then they will probably leave your website pretty soon. So before you start spending money on advertising on Google Ads, just make sure that your website is ready and beautiful and appealing and can easily direct users to what you actually want them to do on your website. It is also good to have several different landing pages for people to arrive to based on what keywords they have used or what platform they are coming from. So just make sure that your website is serving your purpose. So once a user lands on your website, they will actually end up navigating towards the conversion that you want them to do and not exiting immediately after a few seconds. Another important thing regarding this is that your advertising budget and campaign is complementing your growth potential. So what I mean by this is that you should understand how much is it that you can actually grow and how much new inquiries or orders are you able to handle and create your campaigns accordingly. The reason why I am really highlighting this is that you can basically put endless amounts of money in Google Ads and get hundreds and thousands of users on your website, but you really want to make sure that this is actually good for you and you can grow in this space. So let me give you a quick example. Let's say you are a hairdresser and you have just opened your salon. Congratulations, by the way. And you have a couple of chairs and you have some clients coming in, but you feel like you're definitely able to handle more and you want to start advertising on Google Ads to be able to grow. Now, hairdressers are fairly popular and I'm sure there's a lot of people looking for it on Google. So in this way, if you spend a lot of money on Google Ads, it's probably not going to be hard for you to direct some hundreds of users on your website. So this can easily mean that you will have a few dozens of new calls on your website every single day, people calling about booking an appointment with you. But maybe you're just only one or two people in your salon and you only have 2 chairs, so you're simply not able to accommodate all of these people. And maybe you will have to start actually turning them down and telling them that you can only book them within a few months. And most likely people won't be waiting that long for your services. So what this means is that all the people who clicked on your ad on Google Ads and ended up on your website and called and you're not able to accommodate, this is advertising dollars gone to waste. Because you will end up paying for every single click, but you will have to turn these customers away. So this is what I mean when I say that whatever your capability for growth is, that is what should be reflected on your Google Ads campaign. So don't be too ambitious with Google Ads because it's really cool to see thousands and thousands of impressions. But if you're not able to keep up with that growth with your business, then that is just money wasted. So start small, see how it works out for you, optimize continuously, filter out negative keywords, use all the other Google Ads hacks. I'm sure you're able to find a bunch of great videos about that too. If not on my channel, then someone else's. I know 2020 has been a hard year for businesses, but there's also at the same time, there's a lot of growth potential, especially in the digital marketing space. So I wish you best of luck and I hope you found this video useful. If you have made it this far, then please make sure to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every week. And if you ever need further help with your marketing campaigns and you feel like it's just too much, you can also get in touch with me and I do offer marketing consultations and ongoing partnerships. And you can get in touch with me through my website. I will leave all the information in the description box below. If you have any further questions about Google Ads or anything digital marketing related in general, I would be happy to answer. So just leave me some comments and ask away. And other than that, I hope you will have a beautiful day and I will see you next week.